Sorry. I'm trying to have the notes. And if they're weird notes and they sound intimate, it's because it is intimate and personal and all the things. Yes. How do I go about this? I'm going to talk about something that is I'm going smaller so that you see me. I see you guys better. You see me better. This is a very personal issue for me, and I'm working through it, and I hope people are kind about my situation. My cat. I would say if you guys have been in something messy like love and cheating and affairs, I hear that. There was no cheating in this situation that I was in. I was kind of in an emotional entanglement with a guy while I'm married to my husband. This is a very intimate topic, and I need to express it anyways, and I feel like it's helpful for other people because emotions are messy and life is messy, and I think I handled it with grace, so please do not shit on me. Everyone was communicative, consensual, and very respectful. So, yes. Anyways, I just want to process online. I think it's good to process in general, but I just want to process so other people can see that, it's normal and you don't have to feel shame about the situation that you were in. And let me give you some details. Okay, the 411. I met this guy, and he's pretty amazing. And we connected. And then I think when I realized that I was feeling something for him, I told him right away. And then we talked about creating boundaries because, no one wants to be in the middle of anything. Like, he knew I was married. And so, yeah, anyways, we just created boundaries. And we were respectful and just friends and whatever, and kept it very casual. And then I eventually told my husband because I was like, I always tell him everything. I don't like keeping secrets from him. I'm not very good at keeping secrets in general. So then, yeah. So I told him, and he was actually really relaxed about it. We've been parents for almost 5 years, and it's not like we are an unhappy marriage. My situation is kind of complicated. I feel like everyone's situation is complicated, so it's like, let's give everyone grace for whatever, even if they were being human and they bucked it, and yeah, they have something to learn from it. I'm not gonna be I'm a bad person. This guy's not a bad person. No one here is bad people. Even if, yeah. Anyways, we might have done bad things, but we didn't do bad things. Okay, so anyways, but no one's a bad person. I just think that's a great philosophy to start off with. Everyone is trying their best, and they do not have the tools, and sometimes they misbehave, and they need to learn from that. But I think I handled the situation with a lot of grace, and I'm gonna be okay with how I handled it. Whether you guys judge me or not judge me, I'm proud of how I handled it. I'm proud of how everyone handled it. It was okay. I told my husband that I was catching feelings for this guy, but we kept it separate or whatever, and talked about it. And then he said it was fine if I wanted to flirt with him and start something, not a real thing. So we talked about it. We had an honest communication, and he said, this guy, we can text each other or message each other, but we can't see each other physically. We can't sext. So there were rules. Hairs on my lips. And I asked the guy if he would be down, and he was down. So we flirted while we were texting or whatever, and it got there was a connection there, a very strong connection. And anyways, I had boundaries too. I talked to my therapist about it, and she was like, when do you think it would be crossing a line? And I didn't want to cross any physical lines. I don't want to cross any, I didn't want to, obviously that would really hurt my husband, so we weren't going to do that. But I had some boundaries too. If it was going to affect my family, I would not want to continue it. If it felt like I was loving Ben less, I was going to stop too. Anyways, we were talking for a week or 10 days or something, for a long time. Just 10 days. It was very short. I meant we were talking all day long. And it was great. It was great. I felt so alive. I don't know if you guys are parents and you don't have a lot of fun in your life anymore, or I don't even realize it because I'm so busy with my daughter and responsibility and whatever, but I felt so alive. It's hot. I'm going to turn my fan. I kept my husband updated throughout the whole situation. Like every single day I would ask him how he's doing, how he's feeling, update him on how I was feeling. The guy was very consensual too, very respectful. What else happened? One day, my husband was kind of irritated at my daughter. It's very normal. But then I wondered about what kind of parent this other guy would be like. And then I was thinking, that's not very helpful for my relationship. Like if I was being really honest, I'm pulling away, even if I'm trying to not pull away from my husband, I'm pulling away from him and I'm like gravitating towards this other guy. And it was just, if I was being honest, that was what's happening. That was what was happening. So I kind of called it off. And he was so respectful. He blocked me. It was super painful and I'm still kind of like sad, but I think I respect him more for it. You know, like lots of men will continue chasing you. They don't even care. They'll be like, ditch your husband. Not even ditch your husband, but like regular guys. When I was dating in my 20s, I think guys really think that it's romantic to chase women. And that's like something they depicted in like movies and Hollywood and whatever. But then at the time, I didn't realize how disrespectful it is because they're not listening to what I want. It was very painful. I think for like a decade, no one listened to what I want. They just wanted to chase me. They didn't care. This guy didn't even do that. He's just really sweet. He said bye, and then he blocked me. Anyways, I'm trying to process all this. I'm trying to understand why this guy was in my life. Why isn't like what meaning I can make out of it. My husband and I are gonna see a marriage counselor probably. Like it's not like we have a lot of problems. We don't fight a lot. He's my best friend. You know, he's my business partner. We make a great team together. We've been together forever. Very stable. And he's not even offended by all of this. It's kind of like an open relationship, kind of, just for a little bit, just to see, testing the waters. It's not working for me. Maybe it's because I'm not happy. And it has nothing to do with just my relationship with my husband. It's just really strenuous to take care of children, young children. And so your relationship takes a back burner. And so, yeah, things, even if we were in an open relationship and we were happy, maybe things would have worked out better. You know, like maybe I could have had this relationship, continued it, and then had my husband because like I could love more than one person, but we're not super in a good space, and it has nothing to do with our marriage being poor. It just has to do with the situation we're in. Anyways, so I'm wondering, like the notes say, like, I don't know why I met this guy. I don't know what this all means. Like, I thought we can explore it together. So ChatGPT, this is all the stuff I was thinking about this maybe yesterday, and I just went question after question after question with ChatGPT. So here we can go through it together. Why does this happen? Meeting someone who feels perfect for you when you're already committed can feel like betrayal, confusion, and even grief. But the truth is, it happens more often than we talk about. Here's why. We don't stop evolving just because we're married. Actually, yeah, it's still true. We might have met this person at a different version of ourselves. We might have met this person at a different version of ourselves. One that feels more seen, more alive, more aligned. Your heart can feel connection, inspiration, even longing without planning for it. Chemistry isn't a choice. It doesn't mean your marriage is wrong, and it doesn't mean this connection is wrong either. It means something in you woke up that matters. Fuck. A part of me wants to be asleep still, you know? Like, it's easier to not realize that I miss being alive. I miss connecting. I miss, like, banter, sexual energy, all that stuff. And I wish I didn't need to want it. I wish I didn't think about it. But, you know, here we are. There's a reason I'm in this. I'm not going to not address it because obviously we're going to still go to marriage counseling. And I feel like this, you know, we've been to marriage counseling twice already, and I'm very used to going to marriage counseling, therapy, like medication, all the mental health stuff. I feel like that stuff we went through was kind of easy, even though it was really hard at the time. Like, we were talking, and I think at the time Ben had some issues with lying, so he had to learn to be more honest. I had jealousy issues, and I had to learn to let things go and be more secure in myself. What else was this? Oh, Ben had like PPD, and we had to go through that together, like, you know, loving himself, loving the baby, etc., etc. Adjusting to parenthood was tough. But I feel like this is so much harder. Finding ways to connect with your husband after you have not connected in so long is so much more vulnerable than just connecting with a stranger, because the stranger doesn't know you, you know? Your husband knows you so intimately, and when he does, or if he does reject you, it's so much harder. And so it's so much harder to connect in the first place. Anyways, so I'm scared for that. I'm wondering if this therapist can handle it. I'm sure they can. Like, I'll come back and talk about what we're ending up doing and how it's working for us. If you guys are looking for tips for your marriage and how to feel more alive. And also, you can feel more alive without your marriage. Like, you can feel more alive with yourself. That's something I want to work on too. I don't want to just have to depend on my husband to feel alive. I want to feel alive all the time. Goals. Anyways, making meaning without breaking everything. Obviously, I'm not even talking to that guy anymore. We haven't talked in like 4 days or something, and it's been tough. I mean, but it was a great idea to block me, honestly. I don't know. Also, you have to know yourself when it comes to these kind of situations. Like, don't put yourself in a vulnerable position if you can. Like on Saturday, I think I went at karaokeing and I had a party after, and I didn't drink. And people were asking if I wanted to drink. I was like, no, let me tell you this story and tell you why I'm not drinking today. And they were not going to ask me to drink anymore, at least that time, because my friends are all enablers and they like to, see drunk tin. But anyways, I'm not there right now. I don't want to, if I'm drunk, I'm going to find a way. I feel like I could not reach out. Like, my inhibitions are down. Yeah. You do stupid stuff when, not stupid, irresponsible stuff when you're drunk. So I'm glad I'm avoiding shit. So, okay, you're here. You're not here to destroy. You're here to understand. Number 1, ask, what did this person awaken in me? Was it ease, playfulness, feeling desired, understood? Oh, I cry a lot on YouTube. So I should feel more like relaxed crying in front of you guys. But I do not. Maybe it's because you can edit stuff. Oh, my cat. So silly. But it's not silly. Okay. This makes me feel a type of way because when you're a parent, you give so much. I'm so hyper focused on my kids' needs. I forget about all the things I desire or want or need too, a lot of the time. And it makes me cry because for the first time I felt alive. And what does that mean to me? Because that's what ChatGPT is asking. God, it's nice to banter. I mean, I love bantering. I love the back and forth. I love conversing. I love making fun. I like jokes. I like when people just like get what I'm saying, and I can, we just vibe off of each other, and then it's like text after text, like quickly. It's playful. It's sexy. It's flirty. It's creative. It's one of my favorite things to do. Talking to people, conversing. I'm a conversationalist. And when you have a kid that's really tiny, they're not going to be conversationalists. And so if you spend all day with them, or you talk about you're with them, and even if you're with adults, you can converse for like a minute or two, but it's never, I don't know. There's also something about this guy. He was really good at conversing. He was funny and all the things. I felt desired for sure. I don't know about understood. My husband understands me. I mean, this guy understands me too, for sure, and he's super respectful. I do miss that too. My husband, when we first started dating, was not respectful. I think he spent 2 years trying to get me, not listening to me, even though I wanted to break up with him for 2 years. I mean, he was persistent, that's for sure, but and it worked out, but I mean, it's still painful that he didn't listen to me and he wasn't respectful. And I love that this guy is so respectful that I said once, we should stop talking, and then he heard me and he's not even talking to me, which is kind of complicated because you just feel very ambivalent. Like, you want him to call you or talk to you or whatever, but then you would respect him less for doing so. It's kind of ironic that you have all these different spaces of yourself. But anyways, I think I super respect him for doing so. And I'm glad he doesn't reach out. I think it would just be messy, and we had a really clean cut. And I think that probably is the best thing for us. I think I felt seen in a way that I felt seen as a woman, again, most of the time I'm a mom. I'm okay with that. I like being a mom. I like being with my kid. I like raising my kid, but my husband and I do not have romance. We're best friends, and I'm understood by him and he's understood by me. We're both respectful of each other, but it's nice to feel like a woman, you know? I don't know. And I liked that he wanted to get to know me and care for me just because he wanted to. Okay, so like when you have a husband, I mean, you start having mortgages and responsibilities and all this stuff, and then you have kids, and then like when you care for the other significant other, it's like, I'm caring for you because you're Rory's mom, or I'm caring for you because you're Rory's dad, and I need you to be on your best, like at your best, to be the best parent or whatever. So it stops becoming, I want to care for you. It starts becoming, I need to care for you. And I just didn't realize how much I wanted to be cared for. Actually, all of this is very helpful information because that is something I want to cultivate in my relationship. So I need playfulness. I need to feel desired. I need to feel seen. I need to be cared for because you wanted to care for me. And I need to give that to my husband too. Like, I think the best way I can go about it is to give it to him first. I know it's a lot of work, and I don't want to expect anything from him too. I mean, I know that eventually if I cultivate this, I kind of do think I should expect something, like after months or something, of me being loving and caring and romantic and all those things. I would hope it be reciprocated, but in the beginning, obviously it's like, if I can show it first, then I would hope that it would come back to me. That's all I'm like saying, or that's my plan. Okay. Number 2, what season of life am I in? Sometimes we meet perfect people in transitional phases, emotionally or spiritually. They show us what we've been missing or what we're capable of feeling. That doesn't mean we're meant to be with them, but it might mean we're ready to reconnect with what's alive in us. I think this is great. If I think about it, like, I am in a transitional phase. I'm on Twitch. This is new to me. I'm launching a book. That's new to me. I've never been an author before, even if it's a ChatGPT author. I put a lot of work into it. This whole thing, I put a lot of work into. I'm self-actualizing. And also, I've also been working on myself for so many years to be more mentally stable. And I think I also had been grieving the fact that in my 20s, when you grow up with a bad family, you always date the wrong people, even though they're great men. And I wish I was a better girlfriend to them. I was not a good girlfriend to any of them, I don't think. But I wish I could date a stable guy. I don't think I did because I wasn't stable. And now that I'm more stable and more something, I meet this guy. I wasn't even attracted to nice guys. I was not attracted to stable guys. But like, I meet this guy and he's super stable. It's so hot, which is great. Like, it shows me that I'm becoming more stable. I'm becoming more, like, I don't need a project to take care of. I used to be the helper. That was my role as a kid and then as an adult. And I don't want to be the helper anymore. I'll help people because I want to help people, but I don't want to have to take on anyone's burdens. I don't want to feel for everyone. I don't want to, like, that's their own problem. That's their own journey. They have to deal with it themselves. Like, I need better boundaries, right? And then I think it's time for me to, like, want something else. I don't need a project anymore. I deserve to be with a man that's already stable, just because I deserve to be with a man that's already stable. I don't know if you guys believe in all of that, but like, I know, like, you want to help people. It's not like you don't want to help people, but you also can't be the helper. You can't save them. There's a difference between helping people because they want help, they ask for help, they like want to listen to you, versus you just like assuming they want help or need help and you have to help them. That's like taking away their journey. That's not respectful to them when you're trying to push your helpfulness onto them. And then also, you can't save people. Like, they need to want to be saved or want to be helped, and they have to save themselves. Anyways, I think it shows me a lot of things. Like, I'm so proud to like this guy because it shows me that I've grown as a person, that if I was gonna date again, which I'm not, but if I ever were, if Ben passes away, I would choose someone that's stable. Like, I don't want to be with a mess anymore. I'm not a mess anymore, so I don't need to be with a mess anymore. It's kind of fun to see that. So I'm kind of grateful for that opportunity. And I would also say that just because I said once, I think on Twitch, that I loved and I lost. You know, the whole, like, which one would you rather do? Would you rather love and lost or never loved at all? And I'm like, I would rather never love at all because losing is very painful. But I mean, I'm also alive, so it's good. Actually, my husband and I were talking about it because I talked to him about this honestly, and I grieve with him, which is kind of cool because he's very open. He's kind of annoyed at me because I'll talk about this guy a lot. And I was like, we were talking about something and something reminded me of this guy. So I talked about him and I forgot what we were talking about in the first place. So I was like, what was the point of this? And he said, to torture me. Yes, I am the worst girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, whatever, significant other. I even told him that because I was having this emotional situation and he was consensual and we were communicative and stuff. I also said that if I wouldn't care if I hurt you because I cheated. I care about our daughter. I care about what happens to her life if I did this bad thing or this thing. And he was like, that makes me feel so good. I don't know. He kind of likes the abuse too. People just like, yeah, I'm a dick, but whatever. Number 3, what do I want to do with this clarity? That one's tough. I mean, I'm sad, so I want to honor my grief. There's so many things I'm grieving. I am grieving the fact that because I came from a bad childhood, I had to have all these bad relationships. Oh, that's my cat's butt. In my 20s when I just think it's so lucky to be someone who had a good childhood. You know what I mean? Like if you have a good childhood, even in the future, even when you're an adult, you still choose well naturally and you don't have to think about it. It's so lucky versus like me, I have to start from scratch, learning new shit all the time, adjusting, changing my fucking habits that I got from my, generational trauma. Yeah. So I think I was mourning that I messed up a lot in my 20s. But again, you should like journal. This is what I do a lot. I journal entry a lot. I have like questions, and this is a journal prompt for me. It would be like, I need to be kind to myself, my teenage self, my 20-year-old self, because I didn't know any better. And I think I had to repeat all those bad things over and over and over until I did learn. And that was my journey. And I had to make peace with the fact that it was a hard journey and that I wouldn't want this on other people. But it made me strong. It made me compassionate. It made me empathetic to anyone else that was going through the same journey that has to mess up 1,000 times. People who like date abusers or people who chronically date cheaters. It's like, or people who chronically cheat or, it's their journey that they have to go through. And I want to make peace with it. So that's one thing I'm doing. It's another thing. I'm working on, I have a habit tracker. It's so cute to try to build more into my relationship. So there's things like, what made you smile this week? That what thing did I do to make you smile this week? And we ask each other that question, me and my husband. Or like, when was a time today that you wanted to kiss me? Or like if I'm with my husband and I can be more intimate and sensual. So the issue isn't that we're not sexual. The issue is that we're not sensual together. There's no like flame outside of the bedroom. I want there to be heat. And it doesn't have to be like super, it's not going to be rated R. I mean, my kid's around, but like there are things I could do. Like I can sext him or I can like put Post-its up. It's not like a kid can read, like things like that, or in his office or something. So like, I want to try to cultivate more aliveness, more romance, more things like that in our relationship. Yeah, that's been good. We've been working on it. He's been really good about being on board about it. Okay, let's see. You're allowed to feel what you feel. The meaning might be, I'm waking up to something in me that needs tending. That's true. My heart wants more freedom, play, connection. Also true. I'm learning that love is not black and white, and I want to handle this with integrity. I totally did. I feel like I was honest with everyone about what I was feeling, what I was doing. Even at the end, it wasn't like we were sexting for sure, but like there was a lot of sexual energy in the conversations I had with the other guy, and I told my husband, and he was like, I don't doubt it. So he's not upset about it. He wasn't upset about any of it. Anything. He was like, kind of like, I don't want to go to therapy. It's one more thing to do. So he was really chill. If anything, I was the one who was like, I think we need to have more aliveness in who we are. We're always working for our daughter, and we're great parents, and we need to be more than just parents. And I think it'll be good for him too. So like, even if he doesn't want to go, even though he thinks he has no time to go, I think it'll be healthy that we do go. Let's see. Oh, I wrote all this. This is for me. Grief about not being able to date more people. This is so funny. I remember this was, I was talking to my husband about how I was sad that I can't bang this guy and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, wow, if I was listening to me and I was like someone else, I'd be hella annoyed at listening to me because I have an amazing husband I get to bang, and then I have all these guys that want to bang me that are amazing too, and I don't get to bang any of them besides my husband. And then my husband's just like it just sounds so obnoxious when I looked at it from a different point of view, because some people don't even have love and they want love, or like some people aren't they're not getting that attention that I'm getting. So then I'm over here like, I'm not gonna say that I don't have problems, because this is very painful for me. Like I had a really strong connection with this guy. I don't want to end it. Like I want to have two amazing lives. That's how I feel about it. I'm like, I love my life with my husband and my daughter, and I want to have this other life too, but I can't, and that sucks. And so it's still a valid problem, and I could see how it's really obnoxious to hear things. So yeah. Sorry to anyone that listens to me, because I am super obnoxious. Like I say things like, I hate it when guys give me so much attention. I hate it when they flirt with me. I hate it when they this one's real. Like I hate it when I say no and then they get mad at me. That one's a real thing. But like my friends don't like hearing shit like that. And that's fair. That's fair. So if this doesn't pertain to you, then don't listen to this. It's like super annoying. So I want to grieve also that I didn't date the right people when I was younger. I have to accept that. Like, I know I want a redemption arc, because I do want to date someone that's amazing, but I might not be able to again. Like Ben's already amazing. He turned into an amazing person. But like, I always want to choose right from the get-go the right guy, because I think it was me coping with the fact that I wasn't being nice to myself and accepting the fact that I made a lot of mistakes because of things I wasn't taught the right thing, and I just need to accept the fact that I might not be able to pick the right guy again, even though I'm with the right guy currently. Like there's a lot of things I'm grateful for, and this is one of those things in my head that like I always wanted to redeem. Like I was like, I'm already securely attached. I'm like super stable now. I just wanted to be able to choose a healthy relationship, but I just need to make peace with sometimes this too, that you're getting older and that some things are just going to be different, or it's the end of a chapter. This is me mourning that too. The end of me dating, the end of me being able to choose a new guy, the end of me. There's so many things. Like, I mean, some things I don't even care about. Like partying, I'm done. I don't care about partying anymore. I like being sober. I do like drinking once in a while, but I don't like the headaches. I don't like how I feel. I don't like how it makes me feel like sick, whatever. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not partying, but I'm going to be sad about, and I think I need to make space for the fact that I'm not going to date again. It's okay that I feel this way. I think it's a very common thing that we all don't talk about enough, yeah. I always have all these thoughts, and it's never on Google. Like I Google a bunch of these very emotionally high intelligence problems, and people don't want to talk about it enough. And I know it's more common than people say. I hear it once in a while when I'm in conversation, but I just want to put it out there that there's things we could do about these high level problems, emotional problems that we have. Like it might be perfect, but we can do something about it. It doesn't have to be. It won't be perfect. The solutions I have are not going to be as good as just cheating on my husband. And what I mean by just cheating on my husband is like the feeling I get when I'm with this guy, the like being able to like actually seal the deal with this guy, and like I wouldn't be able to get this high from the solutions I have. I'm just going to put it out there right now so that and you can mourn that too, that there's something about meeting someone, connecting with them, a new person, the mystery, the anticipation, the like getting to know them. It's all very seductive and addicting, and oxytocin and dopamine highs, and like you're just falling because that's just like that's a high. That's a very strong high. I think the only way you can feel that alive again is if you were cheating or if you're doing drugs. Yeah, but like these things I'm going to recommend are they're like micro aliveness. They're not bad, but they're not the thing that, and you shouldn't be falling if it's not appropriate for your family. So I have to mourn that too, Okay, moving on. On top of the grief I was feeling, I was also feeling pride that I'm attracted to the right person, like I mentioned before. I was feeling pride that I can have high standards for my relationships, including my husband. Like this guy I don't want to date guys who are not going to be listening to me anymore. I want to date guys that will honor what I want, and I would also honor what they want. in the way that, you know, we both are respectful. And I like that my standards for men is growing because I have higher standards for myself too. There's a lot going on. It's a very complicated situation, and I don't only feel sad about it. I feel a lot of things about it. Like, I do not regret the experience. I'm always going to look back on this very fondly, and I'm going to look back on him very fondly, and it opened something in me. Anyways, okay, knowing there's beautiful people that can connect with and that they're out there is nice. I saw this on Bride. I think I was reading Bride, which is a vampire. It was like a romantic fantasy book. It was the first romantic fantasy book I've ever read. And it was about a werewolf. And he was, I don't want to spoil any of it, but like his mate was a vampire, which is weird because they usually mate with a wolf and whatever. Anyways, he didn't know if he could make it work with this girl, and he didn't want to impose on her, whatever. He didn't know if she would like him because she's not a vampire. She wasn't a wolf, so she wasn't he was her mate. No, she was his mate, but he wasn't her mate. You know, she doesn't think like that, or she doesn't have that mate situation in her head, or biologically, or whatever. So he said to her, he was talking about his mate, but she didn't know it was him. He said, even though, yeah, I'm not with my mate, and that sucks, I also think there's something beautiful about knowing that they're out there. And I'm not saying he's my mate, like I'm not saying that he's my soulmate or anything, but he is damn near perfect to the guy I would have wanted if I was this age. Anyway, and I am this age. But I guess I'm saying, yeah, it hurts that we can't ever connect. It does hurt. But I'm also like so grateful to have that experience and to know that he's out there, and to like think well of him and hope that he does end up finding someone he loves. And he deserves a good life. Like, he's pretty amazing. I mean, whether he wants to date someone or doesn't want to date someone, that's his choice, and whatever. He should listen to his soul. But it's nice to know that he's out there. It's nice to know that I found someone that's so amazing. Like, I just didn't think, I don't know. I'm saying this because I've dated or met a lot of people in my life. I've met a lot of people in my life. A lot of men, and I just never believed there was someone that perfect out there, you know? So anyways, it's nice to know he's out there. And then, wait, what was this last one? Working on having more novelty. Oh yes, so that was me working on having more novelty and aliveness in my marriage and in myself, whatever that means. Let's see. Let's skip some because this is getting so long, and I didn't want this to be the biggest. I wanted to do this for like 30 minutes, and it's already 45, and I'm already not going through all of it. So I'm gonna read through it and see if there's any good parts. Okay. Again, like I said, you'll feel alive, but not nearly as alive as you felt when you were connecting with so-and-so, right? So I would say that, like, micro aliveness, it's like I would watch maybe new things. I need new things in my life. I've been watching the same shit over and over because it's easy, but I think I need new comedy shows. I need new drama. I need new, just a lot of things. Maybe read new books. I mean, I've been reading a lot, so I don't know if that's going to be helpful, but maybe new TV shows, new music. Music that makes me feel alive, you know, things like that. I'm probably gonna dance more. I mean, I've been dancing anyways, but I'm gonna make that more common. It just makes me feel more alive. Probably AirPods are a great idea. Like, if you're gonna you still have shit to do, you still have laundry to do, you still have dishes to do. It's nice to have AirPods in, you know, listening to your favorite shit, things like that. Ooh, I know. There are some things, more sensual things, because I miss being sexy. But I think one of the biggest things, you think you have to be sexy with your significant other. You should, but I also think, like, we should be sexy with ourselves. So I'm going to wear makeup and, like, put on, like, a nice outfit, or wear a nice, like, lingerie underneath what I'm wearing, and check myself out in the mirror. And, like, if I'm touching myself, I know this is not PG, whatever. If I am, I'm gonna take my time. I'm not trying to get to the end, you know, like I want to feel more sensual with myself. I don't want to just feel sensual with my husband. I mean, it'll be great, I want to, but I also want that for myself. I'm also going to write journal entries. Like, I have a lot of letters I've not sending to the guy that I wrote out, just because it helps me heal, it helps me grieve, it helps me, like, just say the things I need to say, even if I can't say it to him. I think also, like, I want to do stuff like that for me. I want to start flirting with myself. I want to say why I think I'm amazing. I know it sounds egotistical, but it's not, because you don't really see yourself that often. You're too busy working and whatever. And I want to see myself now, because it felt nice to be seen by somebody, but I think I need to be the person seeing myself now. I'm gonna write letters about why I think I'm amazing. I'm gonna write sensual letters to myself, like, I think I'm hot because of X, Y, Z. I really like this about my body. Da, 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 da. I like this about my mind. I think that's sexy. I like how I dealt with that situation. That was sexy. Things like that. I think it will help this whole situation. Yeah, let's see. Like I said before, the passion is very sad. It's gonna be, you might have to mourn the fact that you won't have that passion, that new passion, for a long time, because you're committed in a relationship. And you can build, you could build passion with your husband. You totally can build passion with your significant other. It's just never gonna be the same, you know? Like, you're not new to each other anymore. And that's okay. You can mourn the fact that you're missing something, or that you wish you could have that experience again. It's okay to mourn things. It's okay to see that it's probably not happening. It might never happen again, and it's okay to be sad about it. That's life, you know? Like, we all move on, and we all, yes, and we should be kind to ourselves when we're sad about things. Like, it's valid reasons to be sad about things. We don't talk about these things a lot because there's so many other bigger things to talk about. There's always so many. Oh my God, by the way, I'm so tired of politics. I know we like to talk about it, but it's draining. It's like, we already voted. We'll wait 2 years to vote again for, like, mid-election, whatever. Oh, yes, instead, I was thinking it'd be really great to talk about things that you guys have problems with, so that we can discuss that. Maybe a space that you can talk about it and vent, or ask for advice if you want advice. I don't want to force advice onto you, but also a place where we can celebrate positive things that are going on in our life, because I think that was it gave me so much energy to hear other people talk about them, like, working on their physique, or working on their career, or what they're excited about, like what hobby they're trying, or what hobbies they're excited about, or just anything in their life that they're excited about. Because I think we always focus on, like, what these things that we cannot fix in the world, you know? Like, there's just so many bad things that are going on in the world, and we cannot fix them. So let's just try to see that there's also some beautiful things, and we don't want to miss life. And yes, we do need to know that there's some sad stuff, and we can acknowledge the sad, fucked up stuff in the world. And we'll have an allotted time for that, like probably like 10 to 15 minutes of talking about politics. And then we're going to shift the attention to more positive things that we can actually, either problems that we can actually fix, or positive things that we wish we can celebrate with other people, or just connect with, and, like, you know, like, just be there and be happy that we did these things. I feel like, especially me, I'm the type of person just to be like, okay, next, I've done this, okay, next. It's not like, even everything I've done in my whole life, like, it's always like, okay, next, what's next? It's never like, I never spend any time breathing. I never spend any time celebrating. I never spend any time, like, enjoying the fact that I did it, looking back on it and being proud. And I think that's something I would like to cultivate in this sphere, as well as in my own life. And I think it'd be great to do it here first. All right, cool. Yeah. You know, it's not only that I stopped seeing this guy. You know how, like, when you break up with someone, you're sad because you broke up with someone? I think it's also that I'm sad about the missed opportunities of loving other people. Yes, I am so happy with the life I built with my husband. Yes, I chose a good enough partner. And yes, this other guy could have been a good enough partner too. Like, it's not like I'm not appreciative of my husband. I can also be grateful and also be grieving the fact that I can only have one partner, you know, or one life. I want to have lots of lives. I want to see what it's like with this guy. I want to see what it's like with the other guy. I want to see what, like, if there's a great connection. And honestly, I thought I could love this guy. Like, I think I could have been a great significant other to this guy. And I think he would have been a great significant other to me. And it's sad that we will never be able to have that. I feel like there was so much potential. And, like, I'm also grieving that potential. I'm grieving that missed opportunity. And there's going to always be, when you get married, you choose one person, which is great. Like, if, you know, it works out, like, I'm glad I chose my husband. And then you close the door on every other opportunity with relationships. It's just something that happens. And it's okay to be grieving that. It doesn't mean I'm a bad wife. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person for grieving that. It just means that we're human and we liked to explore. My husband doesn't understand this because he's like, he likes, we're like so opposite. It's crazy. I like to try new things all the fucking time. I'm always like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. I'm bored of this. Like, I need to move on. Da 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 da. I'm always like that. Just next. And And he's the type of person that can eat the same thing for like 5 years, the same lunch, the same dinner for 5 years, whatever. And he likes what he likes. And I'm kind of grateful for that, because it's like, I never have to worry that he's going to cheat on me, because he likes me and that's it. Like, he doesn't want another, he doesn't have that urge that like needs to like try new things, like novelty. I am the type that needs all this novelty. So it's okay. I mean, it's just like who I am. We should just accept that we have these little traits, these little perks, the little quirks that make us who we are, and then accept that it's okay to be sad about things. It doesn't make you a bad person for having complicated emotions. It just makes you human. Yeah. Okay. Here, this one's pretty. You're grieving a yes you had to say no to. Yeah, my whole body was saying yes. That's okay. I mean, I don't mean to connect with this guy. It was just an accident. And my body was saying yes. My mind was saying yes. Everything was saying yes. And I have to say no. And that's okay. I mean, it's sad, but it's the right thing to do. And I think we're both like that. And I like that about him, you know? Like, we're not like... And it's okay if you did end up being messy. Like, I know it sucks to be cheated on, and no one should be going through that. It's really painful. And if you were the cheater, I wouldn't say you're a bad person. I think you just didn't have the tools to do things in the way that is more adaptive. Yeah. I think I handled this whole situation with grace. I think everyone in the situation handled the whole situation with grace. And it does still suck. It sucks that we was a very strong connection, and I had to say no. And it sucks that... I don't know. I mean, my husband's totally chill about the whole situation. He's like, whatever. If anything, he was okay with me having it, because he trusted that when I felt a type of way, and I would cut it off. Like, he just trusts that I'm not going to cheat on him. And that's cool, because I wouldn't. For my daughter. Not for him, but for my daughter. You know, even though I'm going through this pain, at least there's so much meaning in it too, because I would choose my daughter over anything. I have not felt super alive. I've felt like I had to choose duty over desire a lot of times, 100%, all the time, a lot of times, for my daughter. And it's still very meaningful. I don't regret any of it. And same with this grief. Like, it's so fucking painful. My heart hurts so much. And I did it for my daughter, and I'm okay with that. Like, no matter what, that's like, what's it called? I've talked about this in therapy, about being a parent. It is so hard to be a parent. It's so hard. You always make so many hard choices. And also, it's the easiest choice to make. It's weird, because you would think, like, why would it be the easiest choice to make? But you just love them so much that you know you're going to make this choice. Even if the choice is the hardest thing you've ever done, it doesn't matter. It's always going to be like that. I would always choose to, like, if I can save my daughter's life by taking my own life, I would do that, because it's the hard choice. Like, I don't want to die, but like, if my daughter can be saved, and that's like a great analogy for anything that I do for my daughter. It's always hard. And it's an easy choice, 100%. I don't have to think about it. I'm making that choice. If it makes my daughter's life easier or better, yeah. And some of these things are very complicated. So it would also be like watching my daughter make her own mistakes. I'm not going to give my daughter an easy life. I'm giving her a life that is really close enough to what the world's going to be like. The world's going to be tough. I'm going to be there to support her and like kind of like tell her, like, I see that you're in pain. You know, like if I knew she was going to fall, but she wants to try it anyways, I'm going to let her fall, because experience is the best teacher. I'm not going to nag her. I don't need a nagger. She learns after being in pain, and then I'll be there to help her, support her, and tell her, like, it's okay that I see that you're sad. You did fall. That happens. Accidents happen. Did you learn anything from it? That's good. Da, 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 da. And like, I'm here to support you through your pain. I'm going to do all that. But see, hard choices, even not letting my daughter fall is a hard choice. Being able to resist catching her or, you know, saving her. As long as she don't die, I think it's very important that you let your kid try new things, even if you know it's like a shit show, because they need to feel like you trust that they'll figure it out. They need to have their own mistakes so they can learn from it. And then if you're not protecting them from their own pain, they also accept the fact that pain isn't scary. Like, no matter what, you're going to go through life. It's going to be painful. But if you're always so scared of it, then that's not a very good life to live. You just accept that pain is a part of life and go through it. It's like joy is a part of life too. You know? I don't know. Okay, that's parenting stuff that I think about all the time. This is nice. I'm going to say this. ChatGPT said, I met someone I could have loved deeply and kindly and joyfully, but I already gave my heart to another, and I am keeping that promise while also keeping the memory of what could have been, not as a fantasy, not as a temptation, but as a sacred, gentle ache. And that's okay. I like that. I asked ChatGPT, why do you think people find people when they're already taken and unavailable? Why do people have to go through this kind of grief? It's so specific. I feel like it's common, like super common. And ChatGPT said, number one, we're finally available in ways we weren't before. And that would mean, for me, I was emotionally open. Oh, cat. I wanted to be like, I wanted to choose a guy, and I did. I wanted to not be scared in a relationship. I didn't want to feel super vulnerable. I wanted the next time, I wanted to be healthier. I was more healthy. This is probably the most healthy I've been in a relationship other than Ben, you know, but like from the get-go, like it was already healthy, and I just always needed that. And anyways, I guess I was finally available in that way. Maybe that's what ChatGPT says. Maybe for him too, like maybe he was finally available to be open and vulnerable to falling again. I don't know, whatever. Number two, they reflect something we've lost and need to reclaim. And yes, it's like years of caregiving, years of being a wife, a mother, eclipse me being a person, me being alive, me being a woman, me being like myself. And it's nice to see that. It really did feel like oxygen when I was talking to this guy, when we were connected. And it does tell me something about myself. It tells me that I need to work on getting more of that. Not in this way, not in the way of cheating, but like in another way, in a more adaptive way. And again, we weren't cheating. It was like an open relationship. Number three, because love is not about timing, it's about resonance. Oh, that's annoying. Love doesn't care that you're married. It doesn't follow rules or calendars. It responds to a look that lands too deeply, a laugh that feels familiar, a conversation that reminds you you're still someone beyond your responsibilities. And once that resonance happens, it doesn't matter if it's inconvenient, totally inconvenient. It's real. And realness, unfulfilled, becomes grief. Yeah, thanks. I don't know why we go through it then. I don't. I mean, I see why I'm going through it, and I see that it's going to make me a better person. I see all of that, and it's just so painful. Number four, we're taught that love must be exclusive. So any overflow feels tragic. Western ideas of love are possessive and binary. You love one person at a time. You love someone. If you love someone else, it means you don't love your partner enough. That's not true. That's not true with me. If someone else ignites something in you, it must be a threat. It wasn't even a threat to Ben. If anything, he thought, which is so me too, like this always happens. We go through something bad or potentially bad. I always learn from it. I'm always growing. I'm always like, what can we do moving forward? So like, it's not like I don't want this to happen, but what have we learned from this experience? What can we do to make this more adaptive, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So then when I was even going through this situation, Ben was like, at the end, Ben didn't ask me to break up with this guy. I did it on my own. I was self-aware enough to follow through with the boundaries I created for myself. What else happened? I don't know. I told him that we should start looking for marriage counselors, and I was going to do it myself. He already knew that, like, even though I was having a situationships thing, that in the end it would help our marriage. It's always like that. So this guy was not a threat. Like, if anything, I'm always using some kind of experience to find meaning, find lessons that we can use. And I'm always pivoting. But anyways, it wasn't a threat. And so he wanted me to try to pursue it. And also, I can love more than one person. I'm just connected in that way. I think ChatGPT also said, I don't know, it's not binary. It's like, I think it was like, oh, here it is. Your heart is not a parking spot. It's a garden. It's sometimes more than one thing blooms. And when you can't water one of those things, you grieve it. Not because it's wrong, but because it was beautiful and it had to be let go. So sad. Here, I had a whole little thing about judgment too, because I feel like this is a very sticky subject to people. I mean, sometimes it can be, so I just want to say, judgment about loving more than one person, especially if you're married. I would say, don't judge yourself. Life is complicated. You're complicated. It's okay. Tell yourself, as long as you move about, I don't know what I said. I think I was saying that if you handle the situation well, you should honor the fact that you feel. Like, it's okay that you feel, and it's okay that it's complicated. Even if it's not convenient to society, and society does not like this complication or complicated things, like, it's okay that you feel. It's okay that you feel deeply. And I don't know. That's what I would tell myself. Number 2, some people are lucky enough to work with monogamy better than other people. Like my husband, he's really good at it. I'm not so good. And that's okay. I know myself and sorry. And I accept this part of myself. I do voice dictation, so it's all fucked, and I don't edit because I don't have time. You are deeply connected to yourself and everybody, and it happens. It's so true. I'm super connected to myself. I've worked on my self-relationship for so long, and in general, I'm very self-aware, and I love people. I just absolutely love people. I connect very quickly with everyone, and not in this way, though. Like, this is very special to me, but, like, it happens, and I'm going to be okay with the fact that monogamy is a challenge for me. It's not easy for me, and I'm okay with that, because that's just who I am. I can't pretend to be something I'm not, and as long as I handle situations well, I can be proud of and honor the fact that I have these feelings. Like, you know, like I'm proud of how I handle it, and I honor the fact that my feelings are messy. It's okay. Number 3, everyone has their own strengths when it comes to societal acceptance, societal standards. I happen to be very feminine, and I'm a woman, so it's good to be feminine, right? Like, this is like such a thing for me always. Like, sometimes men are more feminine, and it's technically bad to be feminine, which is so stupid. What was I saying about it? Okay, say you make a lot of money as a male. That's good. Sometimes making a lot of money as a woman is a bad thing in society. Depends, right? Sometimes it really is. Let's see. Fuck society and fuck what society thinks. I was saying what matters is you're doing you. Whatever that means. And I happen to be a person that loves to explore and try new things. And sometimes it has a lot of pros to it, which I think it does. And it also has some cons to it, just like everyone else and everything else. And it's okay. Because, people can judge me for my feelings and my openness and my messy feelings for people, but I don't need to care. Just like people will judge you if you don't make a lot of money as a male, or people will judge you if you're masculine even though you're a girl, whatever. But I don't have to care what they fucking think. I don't care what society thinks. It doesn't fucking matter to me. It's their opinion, you know? I just have to be aware and choose wisely and hopefully handle things with grace, because I'm never going to stop loving trying new things. And sometimes it's great and sometimes it hurts. No one can be perfectly aligned to societal expectations, but why do we want to? I think it's beautiful to be individualistic and have your own little quirks. Everyone is different. We don't all have to be the same, and I don't need the approval of society. I just want to align with my own values and honor my own feelings. And honoring them does not mean I have to be controlled by them and like run off with this guy. But I also have to accept the fact that this is how I feel and respect that. Yeah, I think that would be a great way to end. I think that was good enough for me. Ooh, I have some jokes though. I think it was, I care more about my daughter than my husband. That was a funny joke. Oh, I know one. So it was my birthday. Usually for my birthday or for our birthdays, he gets something, big package thing, like a couple $100, few $100 ticket item, something big. I do the same thing, or I'm supposed to do the same thing. So he got his in April. So now he like feels guilty that I didn't. I didn't think of anything. I was kind of busy with this launch and life and whatever. And so I don't need anything anyways. But he was like, you should get something, it's your birthday. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And I was like, I have a boy toy. I don't need anything. And he rolled his eyes. He was like, you're so stupid. And then I think the day after I cut things off with him, and I was like, hey, I returned my gift. Can I get something else? He does not like me. I am not a great wife, that's for sure. Oh, I had a little thing too. We were talking about sperm. This billionaire, he's like a CEO, whatever. He goes to the sperm bank and he likes to give his sperm away so that he can create children. I don't know why, but he thinks he has hundreds of thousands of kids out there because they don't tell you his name, but they also tell you he's a successful CEO, whatever. And I'm sure a lot of people picked him. I always have this thing. I'm like, why do billionaires and Elon Musk, anyone like that, feel like their sperm is a gift from God? Because you have money, because you are successful, that makes your sperm a gift from God. This is like every man, even if they're not as successful, they just think their tool is the gift from God. And then there's men that flash people, there's men that rape people, and they want you to say you're welcome. They want to say you're welcome after. It's like, I don't think, I like my vagina, but I don't think it's that great. I don't know why men specifically, think their penis is so amazing. And then I had other jokes too. They think their ego is in their mind, but it's in their other head. Get it? I don't know. I thought that was funny. And then, yes, my vagina is good. I wouldn't say that I don't have a good vagina. I like my vagina. It's not bad. But I wouldn't flash you and say, you're welcome. You know? Like, that shit. Like, let me tell you, men. Like, you send dick pics and shit like that or whatever maladaptive shit you do. At least this billionaire is doing a very adaptive thing, you know? These women get a choice. He doesn't hurt them. He doesn't harass them. Whatever. I like that about this billionaire. But then these other men who are, like, very harassy with their stupid ass penis. It's like, women do not like that. We don't like that. We don't think you're giving us a gift. The least, like, what happens to us is that we're either at least mortified or at most traumatized. So I just want to throw that out there for anyone that is, like, super into their penis. Okay, that was that. I'm so thankful that I did this. I think it was healthy, and I just the type of person that, I mean, this was my Twitch and YouTube situation anyways. Like, how do I believe in the philosophy of my Twitch, YouTube, social media situation? I would say that it is, I go through life experiences. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you how I'm dealing with it emotionally, how I'm, like, handling it, what I'm journaling about, what I'm going to take actions on, and like how I'm going to make myself grow from these experiences. So that's probably how that's how I would like to Twitch and YouTube. That's always how I did it on YouTube, and that's how I'm going to do it here. If something happens with me, I want a space to talk about it, but I also want a space where other people can feel seen for these kind of complicated, messy situations. Everyone has messy situations they don't talk about enough, and I don't mind talking about it. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I wear my everything on my sleeve, and I think it's helpful. So, it's helpful not only for me, but it's also helpful for anyone that's going through messiness. Okay, I'm good now. I think that was it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.